Hello out there, you're welcome to your number one lifestyle show, Revealed with me, Bola Ray. Well, on today's show, we have a Ghanaian, yes, a Ghanaian exemplar of innovation and versatility. Today, our guest on the show is Nana Kwadwo Safo Jnr, the CEO of Kantanka Group of Companies. Yes, and we're talking about his cars, his luxury lifestyle, his family, and a whole lot when it comes to leadership as well, and being an inspiration to the youth. So come go with me as he welcomes us to his home. Beautiful home, I must say. My name is Bola Ray, and this is Revealed. Hello, Kojo.
S.K.A.
Bolas. What's up, man? That's it, man.
I see you.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. How you doing? I love your home. This is great. Thanks so much for welcoming us into your beautiful home.
Lifestyle.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You call it a lifestyle?
It's a lifestyle.
Wow.
This is how I started my journey.
Really? So
Yes.
you moved in here when?
About 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
Yeah.
Before 30, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I moved in here at the age of 30.
Okay.
So I celebrated
Wow.
my 30th
30th
birthday.
birthday here.
Yeah.
It's a huge place. This is a palace indeed, fit for a king.
Accra.
Right. So, as we settle down on Revealed, I want you to share with us, who is the man Nana Kwadwo Safo Jnr.?
Nana Kwadwo Safo Jnr. is the son of Apostle Dr. Kwadwo Safo.
Right.
I am the current leader of Christo Asafo, and also I am the CEO of the Kantanka Group as well. I'm the fifth born child in the family, and I'm a pilot. I think I became a pilot at the age of 19 years. I'm married here with kids.
Are you the only son?
No, we are three boys.
3 boys.
Yeah,
Are you the first son?
I'm not. I'm the second son.
So for the first time ever, only on Revealed, we want you to tell us, because we'll also, get to see a picture which is, for me, epic, and also it speaks volumes. Your dad blessing you, laying hands on you. I think it was on the 3rd of February, 2020.
Yes,
that is when officially he handed
over
to you. How come? Not the first son, not the only son, but you are heir apparent. What is it? What did your dad tell you?
I mean, growing up, my father, the training he gave us was all very practical. And I normally tell people, I never knew my father had money.
You never knew?
Up. No.
But, I mean, if you say that, I will beg to differ, because you didn't attend any public school. You don't have any
We
mates.
didn't
You
have
were
any
schooled at
exposure.
home. Exactly. So that should even be evident that your dad has money for you not to mix with other people.
I even thought he didn't have money to even take us to school. That is why we are being schooled at home. Yeah. Because I didn't know what was going on in the outside world. So I felt maybe we were underprivileged.
Really?
Yeah. Because where we live, I mean, we live in a big house. We lived in a big house and all, but my father would let us all eat with everyone in the house. He doesn't want you to have your food. And my father never gave us any kind of preferential treatment or, hey, you are the son of the man or anything. And he never exposed us to money at a very, very early age. I mean, we all, personally, I felt my father didn't have money. Till one day, I saw him donate to Legon.
I remember, I was there, I think it was
Early 90s, and he donated about 60 million.
1999.
Yes.
And when it was the anniversary of the University of Ghana, Lagos.
Yes,
It was
yes,
held at the National
yes.
Theatre, I guess, or the Conference Center, one of them.
Yeah.
And then when everybody was making a pledge and saying, well, I give 1 million Ghana cedis, I give this, and they were all pledging, and some would say, well, I have a check here. Your dad paid in cash.
Yes.
He gave how much that day, you remember?
I think 60 million.
60 million?
I remember very well. Today, if you value it, that's around almost 6 billion or probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was the day that you realized that dad
I was
had
like,
money.
So I started asking questions. Did he steal the money or how did he get this money? Because you know something, we go to school with a Land Rover, the old Defender.
That's right.
And we pack ourselves in the car like sardine. Wow. Yeah, and at times when we're coming home, he would put us at the back of his Isuzu pickup, and we all come. And the training it wasn't tough, but I think it was a way to ensure that we can stand against everything or anything that hits us in life.
Akofena. What does it represent? What's the meaning of Akofena?
Okay, so,
why the name Akofena?
So I was named Nana Kwadwo Safo.
Oh, so you're Israel?
Israel, yeah.
For the first time, I'm getting to know your
and
Christian or biblical name. Israel.
You know, when you're a pastor's son, you should definitely expect names like Jehoshaphat. I don't know why people don't name their kids. Maybe probably they should have named you
Nathan. So
Nebuchadnezzar. That would have been better.
I'd have loved Job though.
Job. Probably I would have loved Joshua.
Joshua.
That was supposed to be my name.
Joshua.
Then my father was like, no. Okuskwa, they'll be laughing at him, Jonishwa, and all that. That is how come I got the Israel. And the Israel means God's fighter or defender. If you come to Akan tradition, the Akofena came to be more like my royal name. It means it's a sign of courage, a sign of valor. It means strength, war, and all that.
Interested. Yeah. You also double as a chief.
Yes.
Tell us about you being the son of a man of God or a pastor and then getting into traditional ruling. What is the connection?
So we've come to think that traditional ruling has to do with deity, worshipping and all that. No, it has nothing to do with it. I mean, certain people have explained and misjudged what goes into, the Otunfo that we all know is a Catholic member. And that is the same with me. I am also the leader of the church. And I do everything that I don't pour libation.
You don't?
I don't, no.
Do you make sacrifices? Animal sacrifices?
We do animal sacrifices to party, not for Asasiya or anyone, no.
You don't share blood over
No,
us?
we don't. We
don't?
Far from it. Far from it.
You mentioned that you lead the church. Do you preach?
I do.
You do?
I do.
What's your favorite Bible quotation?
Okay, so let me explain something to you. I was brought up in a practical Christianity way.
The question is, what's your favorite Bible quotation?
That is what I'm explaining. We were brought up in a practical Christianity way.
Right.
Me, what I believe in Christianity is, I don't believe in people coming to church just to spend hours and hours praying and worshiping God. I believe in people actually coming and you should be able to go to church and know that whatever the church demands from you. Look,
so yours is practical. You feel that people.
Let me explain something. There are 3 places that we get training from.
Right.
So home, school, and church. The church has failed to do that in these recent years.
You think that the church in Ghana has failed in that direction?
Most churches have failed in that direction.
Wow.
I'm being very honest. My church, what I do is I tell my people that, look, I tell the leaders, when somebody comes to church to pay money, I'm not interested in whatever the person is paying. I'm more interested in where the person is getting the money from, how sustainable the person can be in life. So if you go to church, you pay money, you're not supposed to go home and go broke. I believe when you pay money at church, it should be a plus. It should add up to whatever that makes you. The church should be a plus.
Do you take offertory in your church?
Of course. It's something that every
Is that how you raise money to also take care of your members?
Not at all.
Where do you get your money from? I know you're involved in business and all of that. But does it pay to run a church?
Well, I keep telling my general secretary that, their name say, boka. Because I have something
so you run it at a loss?
I have something called the Akofena Business Support. What I do is I look at members of the church and I give them monies to work. Wow. So every Saturday when I go to church, I take about 20,000 Ghana cedis.
Every Saturday?
Every Saturday.
And you give that as grant?
I give it to members. Free? Yeah, for free.
You don't take it back? The money back, no interest?
It's a revolving fund. So imagine I give it to you, Bola Ray.
Right.
When you bring the money, when you pay it, I don't take it back. I give it to a different member. Yeah, and this is something around 2 million.
2 million. So you have 2 million Ghana cedis as a revolving fund to help church members.
Yeah.
God bless you. That's a man with a good heart.
And now back to your
favorite, Bible quotation.
Ephesians 5.
Ephesians 5.
A woman should be very submissive to the husband. And the other one is Malachi.
Okay.
Where he talks about offertory. How he speaks about not you knowing the kind of worth that God has, and saying that would you take this to your governor, or would you take this? I mean, you should respect the house of God and know the worth of it. So whatever you want from God, you should be able to equally give back in the same way back to him.
As a leader of your church, GHOne Asafo Church,
Yeah.
how many branches do you have now?
Currently in Ghana, we have about 140 branches.
140.
And we are in the UK,
Very
we are in
profound.
Germany, we are in France, we are in America. I think
Do you
we're in
make
almost
time
every
to
state.
visit these satellite churches or
I
branches?
do.
You do?
I do.
Do you sometimes, wake up at dawn and you feel that, well, I have a heavy task to actually make my dad and the family proud?
Yeah.
Do you get that feeling?
Oh, let me explain that feeling to you. I get that feeling and I always want to run away.
Wow.
Yeah. Bola, what I do is not easy. I mean, at the end of the day, when anything falls, people will forever judge me with the kind of mark my father has been able to set in
Is
life.
there a lot of pressure on you?
It is.
A lot of
But
pressure.
I take the day one at a time, because what I've been able to do in 3-4 years, I don't know, but probably maybe
You've done remarkably well, and that is why, because many people thought, okay, there's a happy-go-lucky, young, not experienced guy, so
Not at all.
dad handing over to him, he's going to bring the kingdom down. But you are rather taking it to a different level.
level, yeah.
What is your dad telling you? Is he happy with the trajectory that you actually, or the path that you're charting?
So this is what I normally hear. I'll do something, and the following day I'll hear my father say somewhere that, oh, he did it. Initially, I used to be like, why is he taking my shine? Then I asked myself that, no, wait. Imagine Mandela taking your shine. Imagine Kofi Annan taking your shine. If my father takes my shine, means I have been able, because he's someone that is impossible to please. Wow. I come to him and I said, "Da," and then the call rounds almost 8 branches. I'll get home around, let's say, 11 p.m. He said, "Oh, sir, when your car now, how do you compete against someone who used to walk from Swedro to Kumasi?"
He used to walk.
Yeah. So whatever that I'm doing, I always have to double my steps. Always have to double my
Is your
steps.
dad a spirit?
My father, I'm sure he's all in one.
Does he have any supernatural?
My father is he's born a supernatural human being. He's naturally very gifted. My father, from where he came from, and the things he's been able to do and achieve in this world. Bola, my father once went to the train station, lied down on the tracks, and just wanted to kill himself because it was too much for him. My father used to eat from the rubbish cans. He goes to where they throw the rubbish and looks for,
He did that?
Yeah.
So
My father has been
difficult for him at a point.
Extremely difficult.
How did he break away from that?
He never gave up. He never gave up. My father, I asked him one time that, listen, tell me, how did you make it? Because even me, with everything at my disposal, it's still tough at times. So let me know how you did it. He told me that, look, he set out to do something and to make sure he breaks the family poverty. And that was all that he set out to do. So he did everything possible to do that. If he has to even starve to make something, that is what he did.
What is the worst rumor that you've heard or lie about your dad?
That he has 15 children and 8 wives.
It's not true?
Please, it's not.
How many wives?
Okay, so because of the respect I have for you and the long-standing relationship that we have, we are a family of 6. Wow. The kids, we are 6. I'm going to be very realistic today. And we have my father, you cannot say that because he's a preacher man. You see, that is one thing that we Africans always judge people. I remember one time growing up, a friend told me, hey, me got 2 years off for not all restaurant did. Before the person became a pastor, he is a human being before you became a pastor. The pastor is your profession. You've been called to do a job. That job is not an everyday job. It is a lifestyle though, but it is not something that automatically, swallows you up. So if you're in a relationship and you preach to people not to go out of their relationships, but yours, it's toxic, it's killing you, please.
So your dad moved from that's why he got another wife?
Not a toxic relationship, but probably a relationship that wasn't
working out.
So
he has 2 wives? 3?
3.
3 wives?
No, 3 wives. He doesn't have a wife now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm his wife now.
On that note, we'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll talk about family, we'll talk about technology, and of course, we'll talk about life as a pilot with Kwadwo Safo, right here on Review. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're on Revealed. My name is Bola Ray, and our guest is Nana Kwadwo Safo Jnr. Kwadwo, welcome back.
Thank you, Bola.
Great. So we're talking about Daddy and all the great things that he's done, and of course life for you as well as the next in line. Of course, you've taken over. Let's talk about family. You're married.
I'm married, yeah.
You've been married for how many years?
This year in March would be.
You don't even know your marriage anniversary?
I know, but normally I add the time we met.
Oh, okay.
I know, because when we met, we started living like married people.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah.
As a pastor, you know that you don't have to live before you actually get married officially. Why did you do that?
I wasn't a pastor then.
You are the son of a pastor.
Yeah, but Bola, as I said, I mean, every human being has feelings.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know what people do behind doors.
Behind doors, yeah.
But we don't.
I like you for your honesty and you say it as it is without fear or favor. So you've been married for how many years again?
Married for 5 years.
For 5 years.
Yeah.
How many children?
I have 3 kids.
3 kids.
Yeah. And we've been together for 8 years.
8 years. Wow.
No, sorry, 9. As a matter of fact, yeah.
You've been together for 9 years.
My son turns 8 this year, so we've been together for 9 years.
Is that your first child?
No. My first child is a girl.
A girl.
She's 16 years.
Oh, 16.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a big girl.
She is. She's a teenager now.
Wow.
The kind of question she asks me nowadays.
It baffles you.
Hey.
And for you, how is life as a father like?
Amazing. When I get home, now I get to spend more time with the kids because I moved to Accra a bit. But when I used to live in Winneba, where the factory is, I had to stay there for years to make sure that the factory establishment is okay and more than standard before I came back to Accra. So now I go there once in a while to check how things are doing.
How things are being run. And 3 children, any of them trying to take after you?
There's one who has already been appointed successor. That is how the family line is.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Must it always come from your bloodline? I mean, from your line, you specifically, because it could have gone to your sister's children and all of that.
No, it doesn't happen that way.
It doesn't happen that way.
My father did a whole constitution for the family.
So you even know?
For the church and the businesses.
So you know who is the next in line?
Yeah,
now.
Yeah. The person is already born.
It's like the crown prince.
Yeah.
Oh. And that's what your third born or your second born or?
Last one.
Your last one. Interesting. The girl wants to be what? The 16-year-old?
She now, I don't know what she wants to do, but I feel she wants to explore more and settle on something that she wants to do.
Are you still cool with her mother?
Yeah, we're cool.
And who's the mother, if we may ask?
Nobody knows her. Nobody knows her.
Interesting.
Nobody knows her.
And your second born's mom is who?
Jaden?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Juliet Ibrahim.
Juliet, so you dated Juliet Ibrahim?
Married.
You married her?
Yeah.
And you guys got divorced? After how many years?
After, I think, 4 years or so.
Are you still good friends?
Yeah. Juliet is my buddy.
How's your wife taking it?
She's cool. They are cool as well.
Are they friends?
Yeah, they are cool. I mean, they have a mutual, respectful relationship. Yeah.
Well, that's insightful and good to know. Maybe people watching and they have
we're cool.
exes and stuff will know how the ex can manage with the
this
wives.
the advice I took from my old man. He told me, Kwadwo, don't ever insult or disrespect anyone, any lady that has ever opened her legs for you before. So that is, it's my...
You don't cross that line?
No. During our divorce, we had a few issues, but I never spoke about it.
It was deliberate because
Yeah.
of what your dad told
Yes,
you.
that is my training, and I don't go away from my training.
I love that. Life as a pilot, Kojo. How's it like? Where did you train?
I trained in America, Florida, Daytona Beach. The school is called Phoenix.